Dearly beloved, we gather here today to mourn the loss of one of our own. It was a great little mini plug-and-play miner making up to the likes of over $8 a day. The project was very strong and we backed and supported and we loved and cherished it. And though it endured many forms of flatulence and gas passing, it will be forever kept in our hearts. To this day, we put down the Awair element Type 4. Amen. May it rest in peace. Spiritu Santo, in nome del Padre, del Hijo, del Spiritu Santo. Amen.
Nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing out of Asheville, North Carolina. This is called Dr. Dank IPA, sitting at 7.1% alcohol by volume. This is an IPA that has been brewed with quote-unquote dank hybrid hops to give it that, how you say, 420 essence to it. Aromatics have a very strong marijuana tinge type fragrance. As you go to imbibe, you'll get that 420-ish aromatic that hits you with a mouthfeel of bitter IPA, a little more hazy, not as citrusy, but they're really relying on those dank hops, giving it that, again, that monster 420 vibe. I've never been a huge 420 fan, just not my cup of tea. Not overly in love with this. It wouldn't be something I would order on the regular, but again, I haven't come across a Wicked Weed that I wouldn't enjoy or drink in. 3.25 out of 5. Cheers to you guys.
Bink! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about plug-and-play mining. If this is your first time on the channel, please take a moment to consider hitting the subscribe button, turning on the bell notification, and liking this video. But most importantly, cheers to you guys. Now, if you guys have been with us for a while, you know that we got really big into Algorand a little while ago, and we always wanted to start looking for other projects that supported Algorand and were wanting to develop on Algorand, which led us into Planetwatch and leading us into getting our Awair element, air quality sensor miner, whatever the heck you want to talk about. And then that is all built off of Algorand and brought content to plug and play mine at home, as we got 4 of them, which we'll show here in just a moment. When that project came out, it was very, very promising. These devices were 150 a piece. They were said to be making $4 a day, about 23 planet tokens. Of course, the $4 a day did go up in price because the planet tokens have gone up in price, and then the devices were sold out for a while, and then they came back and they went up in price. And it's been all over the place. The mining, the air quality, the sensing, then released, and we weren't getting full rewards. And they were saying to compensate us, they would give us longer licenses, and so on and so forth. And all this ups and downs, to the point where we've been mining for 128 days. We've been mining since day one, and we've gotten maybe about 40%, maybe 30 to 40% of the time that these devices were up and running, got the full 23 Planetwatch tokens a day. But unfortunately, now the time has come to an end. Remember, here on this channel, we more talk about our experience and our journey into the crypto space. To be all honesty and 100% transparent, I don't really give a crap too much about the full-blown Planetwatch experience. I did obviously get into this to be a small plug-and-play miner with some, I guess, to calm some of the guilt, the air quality Planetwatch selling. But I was really gung-ho for the project at the very beginning, and I completely supported it and understood what they were trying to do. They're going to take my air quality data that I am providing with 4 different devices. They're going to sell it to labs and colleges to study and improve, really, while giving me recommendations on how I can improve the air quality in my office, in my home, at my father-in-law's garage, at my best friend's home, and one of our close family's home, so on and so forth. But I've only seen that data just kind of sit there and not do anything. They're not selling it. From a cryptocurrency standpoint, in a blockchain technology standpoint, the token's not really doing anything to benefit anyone on the Algorand blockchain or anything along those lines, other than kind of recycling it back into the platform by being able to purchase other licenses and other type sensors to go on and out. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't sit through any of their AMAs because I'm just not captivated by it or anything like that. So to be really quite frank, I was more into it for the $4 a day because I spent $450 on 4 devices to make $4 a day plus, right? Can you guys blame me for maybe the downfall of the project? Because as a YouTuber, as soon as I saw that AMA announcement and then hit Reddit and bought these devices sold like hotcakes, way more than I think they're anticipating them to sell, which is why we've only made it 4 months into the project being live to mine and sell data on these devices. Absolutely. I think they were too big for their britches when they released these and didn't know the impact of people on YouTube promoting these as miners. And I know that they're coming out and saying that they didn't intend or want people like me to come out and try to promote people to get into this project into mining, but you really shouldn't have gotten into cryptocurrency in the first place if that's what you were going to do. So it's really more your fault, not mine. Anywho, what we're going to do now after my little bit of a rant here is have a sip of beer. We're going to jump over onto the screen and we're going to take a look at the numbers that I'm currently getting, the numbers that I've gotten in total since I've been in the platform, and kind of just briefly touch on what's next and where we're going to go. So without further ado, let's stop wasting your time and just look at the raw, hard data, shall we? We start with the price sitting currently at 15 cents. We've seen all-time highs of about 47 cents, just shy of 50 something cents. So yeah, 47.65. So we're going to remember that here in just a moment. We are up a little bit from the day before, but it's important to point out the current cost as we go through the information in here just a moment. Now, when we look at our two miners right now, if we were sitting at the total of 2304 times 0.15, let's see what that would be, 2190 at the current price, they would be pulling in $3.50 if we were still getting that full 23 rewards. Now, pulling up my miners here, and of course we're going to have the side information blurred out over here, but here's my 4, and it's very important if you still want to continue utilizing this project and utilizing and earning what we're getting, and we'll show that. You can see it on screen, maybe, depending on how much I show. If you haven't updated from that French address, you need to make sure you go through and do that. I had my other 2 that I forgot to do it on. I know in the last video I talked about doing it, but I actually didn't because I'm lazy and I drink a lot. But I ended up doing that now. I did have the red GPS error, and now that's been corrected. And that is definitely step 1, that you want to make sure that all your addresses are 100%. Remember, you cannot have more than 1 in a location, very similar to helium mining. Oh my gosh, you would almost start thinking I'm promoting the platform by making sure you guys want to do this right. I mean, yeah, I'm still going to talk about it and show you guys where we're at and if everything goes up. But, so, here's what we're making in total. You could see right here, actually, yeah, you'll see all this on the screen. You could see right here that each miner is making 6.795 is the total last payout, and they do keep a fraction of that, so we are getting about a total of 5.43 a day. So that 5.43 a day, 5.43 times 0.156 is now we're looking at 84 to 85 cents a day. Remember, we paid $150 for these devices, plus a $40 license for each device. So on paper, our initial cost was $190 per device. If we're getting 0.84 cents a day, we are now still at a 226-day ROI, which realistically isn't terrible. So if we combine that with 4 units at 0.84 times 4, the 4 of our units are making us $3.36 a day, which is still okay. And that was a $450 investment for us to make 300. It'd be 450 plus 450 plus the 4 licenses, 450 plus the 4 licenses. So it was really a $610 investment for us to get these devices, but we're already well beyond that. And remember, that's only making 5 at the current price of 15 cents. Now, if that ever jumped up and went higher, you know, if it went to like $1 per token, then that would be something a little more sexy and appealing to be okay making that 5.43 a day, because then you're still back into that better territory. Now, if we go into my Algorand wallet here, we can go into the last transaction. I think my head might be in the way, so let's hit this right here. And you can see here, 4 devices, 1, 2, 3, 4, making 5.43600. I think this is our second day making that much. In the days before, it was kind of went from the 23 to 18 to 5, and that's where we're sitting at now. Let me see if we can find the other ones here. It's just going to take just a half a second. That's actually all the way back at the end. So you can see here, we've been mining for 128 days. I was going to show that in a different avenue, but if it pops up right there, then so be it. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe. See if we can just jump. Jump to day 5. Screen 5? No. No reason not for me not to have a beer while we're talking, right? Well, now we're going to go into loading territory. There's another trend. There's day number 1. Pretty much this is day number 1, 5.43. 5.43. And I know all the Planetwatch boners from the Reddit page are going to be like, oh, if you don't like it so much, you can just get rid of it. Now, if you guys are waiting on devices, I don't know if they're going to release the Type 4 license for you to purchase again. You might want to consider other alternatives unless you really do want to promote the project itself for the air quality sensing. Then go ahead and plug yours up as well. We're trying to go to one more day, 5. Okay, so this is our 3rd day at 5.43. Let's see if we can find one more day. And then we are just going to give the total numbers for everything. You know, you got to look at it. You're making 84 cents a day. These devices pretty much cost maybe $1 in power a month. So 2 days worth and you're pretty much already golden. 220 days just for the, you know, the ROI for, there we go, 12.275. Excuse me. 12.274251 a couple of days ago, and it kind of dropped progressively from there. Now, what I ended up doing was I went to all of my miners and all my devices, and I looked at how much they had completely made on that Explorer page, and these are the numbers right here. In the past 128 days, remember, we've been mining for 128 days, and this is how much in total we have earned. If we do the math there, we have earned a total of 11,775 planet tokens at the current price of 1518. Let's go back to here. 0.1518. So then this cell equals this times this. Come on, there we go. We're gonna hit enter. So we've made $1,787 off of our initial investment of 450 plus equal 450 plus 160 equals $610. So then if we do we're looking at a net profit of $1,177.44 at current price. Since we've been in the platform for 128 days. Now that's not too bad. I mean, I feel that we've made a solid amount there. We currently have a grand total of 2,762 planets still sitting in our wallet. So that's going to be times 14 or 15, 16, $418 sitting there. So I'm okay with that. The $418 is essentially the 3 miners that we had purchased. So it's still I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Your mother and I are disappointed in you, Planetwatch. And I know you guys don't care because I'm just some low-life YouTuber that got into the platform for the cryptocurrency portion and the mining portion. And, yeah, like a little bit to save the earth because I want my kids to live on a happy, healthy earth and all that crap. But we got into this as passive income. And it feels like you fired me, you know, for no reason because you're a jerk. Cheers to you. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Sorry about my rant a little bit there. But, like I said, it's my journey. It's what I go through. A little bit of the insight of the Nerdy Dude thought process before, you know, we make some fun intros. And it's just how it is. But other than that, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter. Links for that stuff is in the description. If you guys want, consider becoming a channel member. It's like subscribing to Nerdy Dude and subscribing to Netflix, kind of the same thing. You get cool little icons next to your name based on the tier that you are, and we're going to start adding some like emojis for the live streams. But I guess it's like how Twitch streamers make their income by people subscribing to them. So consider being a channel member and click on something down below. I think it says join. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. I'm O'Price, and we'll see you guys next time.